to start rocks up in tempo as it goes. Keep the flags flying. Let's go, Joe. Let's go, Alfie, with the hooter as well as we set our runners on their way. So safely past that start line. It's a fast course. It's a new course.
See? 3:15. Go on, Chris! Hey! Go on, Chris! Go on, Chris! He's over there.
Oh, pickle shot. Come on.
You can do it!
Go, Daddy!
You're running so good! Don't stop!
7:50.
You can do it!
Yeah, I thought my hips are killing me.
You can do it! Come on, keep going, don't
fast to
stop!
go?
Don't stop!
It's nice to see you.
Doing good! We'll see you on the way back! You can do it! Come on, you can do it! You can do it, darling. You can do it. You got it. Daddy, you're doing amazing. You can do it. We saw those moves.
Oh, my hips are screwed.
You're right.
Go. You see me doing the Macarena back there.
Go.
Give it the old thing. Yeah, you can see
We'll see you on the other side. You're doing great. Yeah. Go, you got this. Woo! Keep going. You're doing great. You're doing great.
Come on, Chris!
Go on, Chris! Go on, Chris!
But a few.
Come on!
Great job. So it can say 350 on the race clock.
So how did I get on at the Brighton Marathon? In my previous video, I said that I was going to be going off with a 3 hour 30 pacer. The plan didn't go to plan, if that makes any sense. We lined up, when I met a nice guy on the train who was going for the same sort of time, me called Ash. And so we run together most of the way until obviously I let him go because he was a bit quicker than me. So we sat with that 3 hour 30 pacer, probably for about half hour. And then when we were kind of ushered forward to go to the start area, he then decided to dash to the toilet, which we were then obviously ushered on, and by that time you can't go backwards. So we were kind of stuck in between the kind of 3:15 and then the 3:30 pacer was miles back. We couldn't even see him, so we couldn't really go backwards. The problem we had is if we went off past the start line and we waited for them, then obviously we'd lose a few minutes waiting for him to catch up. So we decided to obviously go at a pace that we found obviously comfortable and to try and stick near that kind of 8-minute mile in. The course is very kind of undulating at the start and the GPS wasn't great. So for the first, I'd probably say few miles, it kind of ticked around the kind of 750s, and there were some bits that kind of went 735, I think a 728 in there somewhere. I'll put the splits there up there so you can see it for the whole race. Problem I found early on, after about 6 miles, my training previously in the Mizuno Rebellion, let's get it right, Mizuno Wave Rebellion Pro, a bit of a mouthful, had only been on the flat, so the course was kind of a bit undulating. I noticed early on that my left hip was starting to get a bit was hurting or a little bit tight. Things with the Mizuno that they make you sit forward, and as I mentioned before, it takes all the pressure off your calves, Achilles, but it has to put it somewhere else. And someone else mentioned to me that it puts it on your thighs and hips, and so I knew that could possibly be, you know, an issue today. And as I went further and further on, obviously the pain was drifting across more to the left, but onto the right one as well. Pacing was going okay. So it was a bit undulating, 15-mile-an-hour wind, so it wasn't, obviously weather was kind of, you know, perfect for running apart from that kind of breeze. And then I got to about I think it was around about 16 miles, and then my hips really started hurting. So obviously a combination of obviously going off too fast, because obviously I was going to go off 8-minute miling, lack of training, lack of endurance. So I don't think obviously it's completely to blame with the shoe, because obviously I haven't trained to run a marathon, but I was expecting to get some sort of discomfort in the hip area, which obviously didn't help. And then in kind of about 18 miles, the wheels started to fall off. And then by about 20 miles, obviously I realised that it's not going to be my day today. Obviously, same thing happened again. Gone off too fast, but in my head, I always thought that maybe, just maybe, that I could run at 740, 750 pace. You know, based on the training I did before, but obviously I was wrong. And then I think the 3 hour 30 pace come around, it passed me about 21 miles. By that time, I thought, you know, I'm running for breast cancer now. That's the most important thing. I'm raising money, raising nearly 500 quid, you know, it's fantastic, and thanks for your help. And so I thought I'd just have some fun. So whenever there was music playing, I stopped. Well, not stopped, done a little bit of kind of dance moves, high-fiving kids, high-fiving, I can't even talk, so you can tell I've just run a marathon. And just generally just having fun. And then pretty broke the last couple of miles, and then, you know, I thought, oh, I see what I've got over the last kind of 800 metres, and was able to kind of, what I thought was obviously dropping the hammer and running very fast. On the video, obviously it doesn't look like that, but it kind of, that's amazing, the kind of cheers and then people shouting at your name, because also I've got my name on my vest, and the encouragement all the way around was just amazing. And I would recommend, you know, if you are out running on these races, put your name on your vest, because it does give you that kind of encouragement I need. Obviously my watch is beeping away telling me I have to turn that off. So what time did I finish in? Well, I ended up not beating my PB, which was when I ran London in 2021. I hamstring tightened up at halfway and had to walk limp to finish and run a 3:39.58, I think. So this one was a 3:48.27, I believe, on my watch. And so, yes, I would have liked to run quicker, but let's be realistic. It was never going to happen. You know, I was never going to be, you know, in the 3:20s and stuff like that. And yes, I'm competitive, and yes, I should be able to run it as a fun run, but I think sometimes when you're competitive, and there's not much you can do about it. So at least I made that decision that it wasn't going to be my day today, and just thought I'd have a bit of fun and try and make the most of it. But fantastic experience. Medal is the medal you got at the end, and we got a finisher's kind of t-shirt. I don't know why I showed you the back, but there's the front if you can see that. It's a good medal, got a t-shirt. The only thing I noticed on the Wave Rebellion Pro, let me get the Wave Rebellion Pro, obviously I can't talk because is that I've actually, on this heel area, obviously it hasn't got the heel, I've actually started to wear out on that inside edge when I actually run outside to inside. So maybe this bit sits slightly lower on this side, and maybe that might be the reason why it's caused my hips to hurt, or it could be because of that kind of, you know, the way your foot's kind of pushed forward in the shoe. Did you run a marathon today? Did you run Brighton? Let me know how you got on. Or did you run a race? Let me know down in the comments. I'm going to leave the video there because I'm struggling to talk, to be honest. My thighs, my hips are shot, and obviously I'm clearly, dehydrated and need to get, some food in me. So I hope you enjoyed this video. You're probably going to say you told me so in the comments, but it is what it is. I've raised money for charity, and that's the most important thing. Right, I'll leave the video there. Onwards and upwards. Cheers.